guys, welcome back to my channel. So we all have seen the video, the infamous video at this point, of Diddy and his ex-girlfriend Cassie. And I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about it or not, because it really did hit me on a personal level. It kind of triggered me. Not kind of, it did trigger me. So I personally have never been physically abused, although I have been emotionally and mentally abused. But I personally had a very close and good friend pass away a couple of years ago due to domestic violence, and it's still fresh to me. Like, every time the anniversary comes around, I see pictures of her and everything, and I think back, like, man, like, you know, all the questions that you ask those who have been is like, why didn't you leave? Why didn't you go? But, you know, I can't say, oh, why don't you just get up and go? Some cases, that's easier said than done. But in this case, you know, when I saw that, I can only imagine what her last few days were like, my friend. At the very end of it all, she was denied medical attention. She was denied medical care. She was physically seen in a bad way that should have been attended to by medics, by whoever, but the person that was with her at the moment didn't care enough to call anyone for help, and then she ended up passing away a couple of hours later. So with someone like Diddy, and this is not to make any excuse for anyone, but it's like, I can't even imagine, or maybe I could, maybe some of you can or can't, I don't know. Somebody with that caliber, with that amount of money, can do some crazy stuff to someone. I don't know what happened in that household. I don't know what happened, the extent of the DV that has gone on. But I gotta say, like, I'm glad that she came out alive. I'm glad that she did get out. I feel really bad for her now, because she has to relive that now that we're all seeing even a small smidget of what she possibly has gone through. I'm almost positive that what we saw in this video, and I'm not going to play it because she's already going through enough, and I don't want to be the one to put that out there to just add insult to injury. That's just my personal opinion. I'm not going to do it. You guys can, it's all over social media, so you guys can go and find it for yourself. But it kind of triggered me, because when I saw the video of her getting hit around and dragged and everything like that, it made me think back to my friend, like, man, like, this is probably what she went through. This is probably, you know, and with my friend at the very end of her death, she had bruises all over her body. She wasn't well. She complained of a headache. Like, she was very abused to the point where she lost her life. And unfortunately, they're still going to trial, and this was about 7 years ago. They're still on trial, and it's bothersome to me, because the evidence is there, it's clear, and it's like, it's frustrating because it's taking forever to bring justice to her death, and it's unsettling. It's unsettling. And to see Cassie now happily married with children, you can see the glow, you can see the happiness, right? But when you look back at pictures of her and Diddy, you can tell like that glow wasn't really there. That happiness wasn't there. There was something sinister in that relationship, that she didn't look this happy. Like, and of course, Diddy kept, I mean, everyone has seen lately all the things that are coming to light when it comes to Diddy. And this clearly is no different. And I think that even though she has to relive this image, this small image with the we see, and this isn't small to her, but it's almost like, I say small in the sense of this, I'm pretty sure, is not the only thing that has happened to her while she was with Diddy. This is a smidget of what probably went on behind closed doors. And I think she opened those floodgates last year when she initially filed a lawsuit against the abuse. And I'm pretty sure that she understood what she was getting herself into. I'm pretty sure that the digging was going to begin right then and there to get any dirt that they could on Diddy. And of course, all these things started happening. And recently he's gotten raided and all this stuff is happening. People are coming out and everything like that. But it was really disturbing. It was really, really disturbing. It hit me on a personal note. And my heart goes out to anyone, because I know I am close to people who have survived DV, who have survived domestic violence. Thank God, that they did. Unfortunately, I lost a friend, to that. It could have been more, and thank goodness that it wasn't. But to all the ladies out there who are listening to me, who even take a glimpse of this video, no matter what your situation is, there is always a way out. There are resources. There are, resources for you to go contact, reach out to, people who you can reach out to, information out there, find yourself people, friends, whoever that can help you get out. I can imagine, even though I have had my share of emotional and mental abuse, I can't imagine the physical abuse. It's one of those things where, like I said, it's like easier said than done to get out for some cases. Of course, in this case with Diddy, like this man, who knows what kind of dark shit he can do to somebody. Like, so her not being able to get out sooner, or, and from what I understand also, apparently he paid $50K to the hotel for the video, but it's out. So like that money went down the drain. But clearly, like, this man has so much money to just kind of make things disappear, and that's a scary thing. That's a real scary thing. And to kind of go back to my friend who, passed away, I met her abuser, and the interaction was not great at all. At all. Like, I met him and I immediately knew that he was a problem. Everybody in town knows that he's a problem. And it was just very unfortunate because it caused her to literally, like, just disappear off the grid. And I just really wish that she was still here with us. But listen, ladies, don't ever think that there's no way out. Don't ever think that there isn't a way out. Like, I got to a point one time where, despite the fact that I wasn't physically abused, I felt like there was no way out, but I got out. Like, I could have lost my mind and I didn't, but physically, like, find somebody, anybody, church, counselors, anybody who can help you get out. But you can get out. Get out of these situations. Do not allow yourself or anyone to put their hands on you, to even think that it's okay. sometimes, you know, you can put yourself in a position to be vulnerable or be, loving or nice to a fault, to the point where someone can take advantage of that. And someone who doesn't have a right mind, who doesn't know how to handle their emotions or their feelings, can really, you know, flip on you, you know? And, there are great men in this world. Not all men are like this, but there are people. There are even women who do this to men. So anyone, anyone. But in this case, we are talking about a woman who was clearly abused by a man. And so my message is to the women. Please make sure that you find resources. Men, I know I have a lot of male following on my channel. Men, it is never okay to put your hands on a woman, ever. Now, with that being said, I know that when you get to a certain age and you understand right from wrong, no matter how you grew up, whether you grew up seeing abuse, whether you grew up being abused, whether you grew up knowing that your mom or your dad was a cheater and that's all you knew, at one point in your life, when you get older, you start to understand that's not right. That is not the way that things are supposed to be. You are not supposed to show love by putting your hands on someone, ever. That is not a form of love at all. And women do not accept that as love. That is not love. Being abused is not a way to receive love. Okay? So if there are any men and women, if you don't know how to gauge your anger, if you don't know how to gauge your emotions, find help. The last thing that you should be doing is letting out your anger and frustrations on someone who you claim you love and react in a way that may cost them their life. Never should you ever be the person in a position to take someone's life, especially, it's taking someone's life or abusing them to the point where they're scarred. Physically, they're scarred emotionally, physically, emotionally, and mentally, they are scarred. It is never okay. Get help, seek therapy, find different ways to understand, why you feel this way, or why you feel this rage, or why you feel this anger. Not understanding how to control your anger or your temper, understanding different ways to control it and deal with it. Okay, there is help for both parties. There's help out there. But what I gotta tell you, that this scumbag, this dude here, honestly deserves his downfall. And who knows what else is gonna come out of Pandora's box. I am not okay with what I saw. I wasn't gonna, repost it again on my video. I just wanted to touch on it because, again, I personally have had someone who has passed away from domestic violence. And so when I saw that, it triggered me. And I just thought I'd share my thoughts, So that is it, you guys. Leave your comments down below. Feel free to share, anything you want to point out, something I may have missed. But yeah, give me your thoughts down below. And as always, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.